GM to the world, and welcome everyone to Off the Blockchain. This is a show where we talk about all things Web3. So that's crypto, DeFi, tokens, gaming, NFTs, metaverse, you name it, we talk about it. Right, so we're back after a week away in the sun. I'm your host, Charlie, and as always, I have Robert Hogendoorn and Ian Kane with me. For the YouTube listeners, smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. If you're on the go, you can also catch us on Spotify and soon on Apple. Today, we'll be looking at the Dapp market. We'll be looking at some data and getting an overview of the whole situation there. We'll be playing thumbs up or thumbs down and looking at the latest topics going on in the world of Web3 and what we think of them all. For all the gamers out there, we have Robert bringing us some excellent alpha. And we'll be discussing a post-merge world and what layer 2 networks can offer us in this new environment. Yeah. Firstly, though, how are you both? It's been 2 weeks. Ian, let's start with you. How have you been?
I am doing super duper amazing after the trip we had. I'm feeling like super energized, positive. It was really cool to meet everybody that I'd never met. So that's the DappRadar annual trip, by the way, I'm talking about. Yeah, it was amazing. And it just came back from the trip feeling super energetic and very like driven to crack on and do what we need to do to go straight to the moon, right? So yeah, I'm feeling good.
Nice one. Rob, are you recovered from karaoke yet?
Absolutely. Like the karaoke thing, I needed to pump the energy in the crowd. So, no, all jokes aside, like I loved the annual meeting. It's great meeting you guys, in person. I think the event got us lots of inspiration to push DappRadar forward into 2023 and beyond. So, yeah, hyped.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, we are all working digitally. So although we are big digital natives and we love working on the internet, it was very nice to see each other in person, wasn't it?
Yeah, we actually have legs. It's weird, but yeah. Who knew?
Who knew? I thought the funniest part was everybody comparing how tall everybody was. So the first thing anybody said was, "Oh, he's taller than I thought," or "She's smaller than I thought." That was my favorite part of all of it. Like that's what we've been concerning ourselves with, the height of
that was one of the first things Rob said to me. "Oh, you're shorter than I thought, Charlie." Although Ian and I are roughly the same height, which is what I had imagined.
That's what we thought.
All right, let's move on to our first topic. Today, I want us to talk about a Dapp market overview. Ian, I want you to tell us, using the data that you have at your fingertips that you get from DappRadar, what is going on amongst all decentralized applications? What should we be looking out for, and what exciting things can you tell us?
Alrighty, so I'm going to give you a very quick overview. This is kind of something that we all do every day, so I'm going to sort of join in with it and show you guys what we do every day. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the top 5 dapps across all the categories. So we've got an image here to throw up where you'll see. So yeah, you can see the top 5 dapps. We're looking at GameMeta, PancakeSwap, Sweat Wallet, Splinterlands, and Alien Worlds. Interestingly, you'll see that 4 of the top 5 are in the gaming category, and the DeFi one stands out as being PancakeSwap. So just a quick look at the outliers here as well. We see Solitaire Blitz, Benji Bananas, Atomic Assets, Farmers World, and Magic Eden. Again, the trend, this is all gaming other than PancakeSwap and NFTs for Magic Eden, which arguably, again, is focused on in-game items. So yeah, we're seeing a very clear trend here. And Sweat Wallet, which we're going to talk about later, is really storming the charts. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of the top 10. Let's take a look at the top 10 NFT collections for today, please. All right, so we've got our usual stalwarts in there. So you see Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Club, they're usually there. Other Deed for Other Side Land, CryptoPunks, normally there. What I'm focusing here on is Rengar by Dirtybot, which is a new collection that we're going to dive into very soon as well. And Gods Unchained is on fire right now.
Yeah, where's that come from?
I don't know. Like Rob probably knows a lot more about this than I do because he plays. Rob, you got any clue what the hell is going on with Gods Unchained right now? They are on fire.
No, they've got some new stuff coming out with packs, so that could be one reason. There's a new packs coming out. Another reason is, of course, they have on Immutable X. They have an airdrop that happens only when you trade actively on the marketplace. So that could be another reason. So that I guess those things together, have caused this big push on trading volume.
And it's a good game, so maybe people just like what they found, and it's an old school one as well. Can we just chuck that picture back up again? Sorry, top 10 NFT collections. Couple more there that are quite interesting. So we see, Gods Unchained on fire. Rengar is a new one. ENS pumping, like literally crazy there. Every week, top 10, insane. Then we see another Rengar collection in 9th, Black Box. And then another one that we're going to talk about today, which is Hedz by Matt Furry, I think is how you pronounce it. So we're going to dive into that later. All right, cool. So next one is using the filters on DappRadar to highlight new dapps. So what this is basically dapps that have been uploaded in the last 10 days. So these are like new projects to DappRadar. So it's quite interesting to have a look. What do we see? Number one is a gambling dapp. It's attracting a lot of users. Casino Poker Lucky Wheel, and that's running on Avalanche. What's next? We see Panda Baby, which is a collectible NFTs on BNB. Midas Miner, which feels like a bit of a GameFi project with just over 2,000 wallets in the last 7 days. Rockify, that might be kind of interesting. That's a new DEX by the looks of it. And then Tron Bank, which is a high-risk dapp. So that's kind of approach with caution. Usually very basic mechanics, but there are a lot of dapps like that. So these are the new ones. Just want to highlight the filter as well. And then obviously all of this you can get in your pocket if you download the new DappRadar application on Android. So you can do that there, or you can just check in with DappRadar every morning, scan through. Why am I doing this? Because this gives you a kind of little view into what's going on with dapps. Now, daily, they don't change a lot, but it's very interesting to see who's flying in, like dapps like the one on Flow that's now maintained its position for a good couple of weeks. So yeah, you get an overview, and then you can go and do what you will with this information. So that's that.
I want to say it's also iOS, Ian.
Is that out yet? Are we on iOS now today, right?
Yes, you can find it on iOS.
All right, so not just on the Android store, on the iOS store as well, right? So you can have all that stuff I've talked about, you can get in your pocket.
Very exciting news now. You can have that on your mobile. I've used the app quite a lot myself recently on mobile. And it works really, really well. Very pretty and like really seamless to use. I find they've taken that sort of web experience from the desktop and really moved it nicely over to mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The only one more thing I would say on that is that it was interesting to see the loads of the gaming user numbers have gone down, but they've all gone to Sweat Wallet, which has gone up by like 300,000%.
Yes.
So I think everything's gone there. Ian, I know you wrote an article the other day on the blog. So if you are interested in Sweat Wallet and move to earn and moving basically for walking around, go over to the blog and check out Ian's article on it there.
We're gonna talk about it.
Are we going to discuss Sweat Wallet more later, or?
Yeah,
then I will not jump into it right now.
Yeah, on that note, let's move on to a game of thumbs up or thumbs down so that you can give all of your opinions on the latest goings on. Right. So, first thumbs up or thumbs down. I'll just quickly introduce this game for new listeners, anyone who's never heard us before. This is a game where I give some topics to the guys, anything that's been going on in the world of Web3 in the last week, and they give me their opinions via a thumbs up, a thumbs down, sometimes a thumb sideways when they're sitting on the fence. Right. So the first one I'm going to give you is Hedz by Matt Fury. Fury or Furry? What are you saying?
I don't know. I mean, Fury, man.
It's Fury, isn't it?
It needs to be Fury. Like it has to be. Like Furry is It's a person wearing a catsuit.
This is Hedz by Matt Fury, which is quite a cool name as well. So this is the guy from a Netflix doc about Pepe the Frog. He's the guy who originally drew the original illustrations of Pepe the Frog, and they were sort of taken by a certain section of the internet and used in ways that he wasn't always happy with. So he has a new project called Hedz, which you can see on the screen now. You can see their similarity to Pepe the Frog. Yeah. And they are a new NFT collection that is on sale at the moment. You can go and find them on all your favorite secondary marketplaces. Guys, are we thumbs up or thumbs down on this new collection by Matt Fury?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Like I find the whole situation with Matt Fury and the whole backstory of Pepe the Frog kind of dramatic. Like you make something, it becomes big, but it grows out of your control, and it becomes a monster. And nowadays a little bit less of a monster, but still, like, he has no control over it. And it's nice to see this guy finding some sort of like redemption. So it's a nice story.
And not only did he have no control over it, and obviously didn't get anything in terms of copyright or anything like that, or payment for his artwork and his efforts, but obviously he was personally sort of pilloried as a member of the alt-right or the right by people that and was associated with people that he didn't want to associate with. So I think it actually had a real effect on his emotions and his mental state in his life for quite a long time. Anyone who hasn't seen it, I would say go and check out that documentary because it's quite interesting. Cool.
It's very interesting. He's very soft guy. Like he's very, very cool guy. Very much about spiritual love and peace. And I just watched it, and I just felt really sorry. Like you guys are saying, I felt sorry for him that he just basically got screwed by the corporate world and tried to. Yeah, and I see this collection as his redemption, as a way back, and I'm personally quite interested in it because I'd like to support this guy. Like he got screwed over, so let's help him a little bit. But the artwork's really nice as well. It's not like it's just a joke. It's pretty cool. He's talented. Like he's been an artist a long time. So
yeah, he's a proper illustrator. Yeah.
No idea about the utility of them or if you can do anything with them, but they're pretty damn cool. So yeah, I like them. Like I like the story.
And I don't know if for anyone who didn't see that or didn't take in the whole top 10 there of the NFT collections, it was actually at number 10 this collection. So he's done quite well, or it's doing quite well at the moment. So yeah, good on him. And again, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen the Pepe the Frog logo, if we're just talking Spanish to you guys right now, go and check that out. It's an interesting thing. You probably will recognize it. But yeah, watch the documentary. We should be getting paid by Netflix for this, right?
Yeah. It's also quite funny as well because the rare Pepes, that new Pepes thing did quite well maybe a month or two ago. So
there's one sold this week. There was another 2 sales. Yeah, if you look in the top 100 NFT sales over the last 7, 3.
No.
You talk about rare Pepes. Those are like the old Bitcoin cards that now. Those are like the OG NFTs, and Charlie is talking about rare ape Pepes. Those are like a mix of Bored Ape and Pepe together. Rare.
Frog. I also quite like they had a bit of a moment in the sun maybe a month or two ago, didn't they? Maybe 6 weeks.
No, it's still like the floor price is like half an ETH right now.
Yeah. They're doing quite well, and they sort of blew up over a week, sort of like the Goblin Town collection. It kind of came from nowhere and just went.
It's a different story with the rare Pepe, by the way, because they've been there for 6 months already, and they didn't sell out. Then they were like, "Oh, let's just mint them for free. People can just grab them." And now it's half an ETH each.
Yeah, but the artwork again on those, the artwork's quite cool on those.
Yeah.
I'm quite a fan of them. I wrote about them, and then they went to the moon.
All right, Buzz, calm down.
I was saying that I didn't get one. All right. Second one for thumbs up or thumbs down that I'm going to give you is the Sweatcoin and Sweat wallet phenomenon that has taken the charts, the DappRadar rankings charts by storm for the last week. So are we thumbs up or thumbs down on the Sweat wallet? Actually,
I'm thumbs up. I really want to hear what Rob's got to say about it, though, but I am thumbs up.
Yeah, Rob, you had some strong thoughts at the start, so we'll let you have the floor.
Now about Sweatcoin. Now, look, like I've had their app installed for 4 years.
Oh yeah.
Never, like it was just running in the background, collecting sweat coins, never really doing it.
He's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire. What are you doing?
And now I have $400 of sweat, which is pretty nice. This is a clear example of a product that's even if you would run like a maniac, like you're not going to make hundreds of dollars per day. It's not stepping, you will make, let's say, $1 per day maximum, and it's not about getting rich. It's just it's more about that retention reward culture. So you run every day, you walk every day, do your 5,000, 10,000 steps per day, and at the end of the year you can buy like a discount coupon for $50 for Amazon, something like that. But the fact that you earn something with something as simple as walking. That's quite interesting to me, and I like it.
So, Ian, why has it blown up in the last week compared to how it was before? Because obviously it's been around for a while.
They did an airdrop, as far as I'm aware. They had an airdrop this week on Nia.
Yeah, the token wasn't live. The token literally launched a week ago.
So you've been collecting them, but there've been no.
No, like they were called sweat coins, but they were not blockchain coins. They were just somewhere on the internal database.
They were like,
and now they launched their token on Near. And what they now have is they now have two systems. So the first 5,000 steps you do per day, they become sweat tokens on the Near blockchain. And I think you get like 1 sweat token per 1,000 steps. Meaning you can earn 5 sweat per day. And the rest, if you walk more, they become sweat coins, which is an internal currency you can use for some rewards, etc.
Yeah, that's it. The really cool thing for me is like I'm not really bothered about the fact that people are earning like 20p a day or whatever. For me, this feels like a really great onboarding exercise by Nia, once again flexing, showing their technology, because we've seen this 3 times this year. Yeah, they put this out yesterday and they used our data, so we're obviously flexing too, but they literally just storm the charts, and it really moreover shows their tech stack and onboarding users into crypto. A bit like there's another project similar to this called Good Dollar, where people show up and collect a bit of crypto every day. I think that's what this is all about. Like the whole exercise thing is just a premise for onboarding people into crypto, like that conditioning, claiming, using a blockchain wallet, because that's what Sweat Wallet is. But they've abstracted all the blockchain craziness, so it's super easy to use. And it's not about getting rich. Like you're not going to get rich here. It's not an NFT based. That's the other thing. You don't buy NFTs. It's not like Steppen and the deflationary. They're doing quite a nice job because obviously they're just giving out free tokens, right? That's the whole premise of this. They're just giving tokens. And that's not sustainable, obviously, which is why we've seen a lot of these other companies fail. But the way that they're doing it is quite different in the allocation of tokens and also the way that it's capped as well. And like you say, Rob, 5,000 steps, 5 tokens, it's about 20 cents a day. At current market value, you're going to make like $6 a month, which is nothing. But conditioning, I think, is super important here. Look how many people are interacting with the blockchain through regular activity. I really like it. And I think
the other thing about them, I think they wanted to actually genuinely try and get people healthy, didn't they? Their goal was a real genuine health side, not just a money making side to it, I think. And I don't know, even for 20 cents, people will get up and be like, oh, that's at least an incentive to get up and walk. It's kind of like, I don't know if it did this in other countries, but in the UK, they made shopping bags 5p and people stopped using shopping bags because they were like, I don't want to pay for one.
Yeah.
Kind of like the other way around. They said, I'll go for a walk. Even if I get 20 cents, I'll go for a walk. Because I was going to do it anyway, but now I'm definitely going to do it. And I make money. And obviously over 4 years, you can be like Rob and make $400.
I know, yeah. I think the biggest thing is like end goal later what comes. This is the beginning of like an onboarding. Yeah. They could roll out so many things on Nia to tap into this community. That's kind of what I think. Sorry, Rob.
I mean, we've touched about this before, right? I mean, the whole reward economy, like rewarding people for using services. I think we've talked about it before, Ian, with Uber. Like a competitor of Uber would reward people for driving them and create loyalty systems like that. That's exactly what this is. This is a loyalty program.
Yes,
shaped in a fitness package or walking package. It's a loyalty program, and it's a very interesting one.
A very effective way to get customer data and information, which I think is one of their ways that they're making money, isn't it? They've explicitly stated they're going to use customer data to prop up the economy. So
it's a huge priority of theirs is customizable marketing and customizable direct mail. And I can't remember the name of that chap we were speaking to, Rob from Nia, but big focus for them is number one, showing that the technology can handle this, which it clearly can. Nia is a really, maybe the elephant in the room almost. But anyway, an interesting DApp. Definitely not going to hurt you to download it. Like Rob, 4 years, $400, pretty good.
The funny thing is, I didn't even realize I had it on my phone anymore. It's just, buried in the mountains of dapps, mountains of apps I had on my phone. And
getting all of your data.
Wait a second, I think I installed that once.
Nice. So it's pretty cool, and I think it stands out from the other move to earn dapps that this one seems a bit more like longevity. It might last a bit longer than 3 months. potentially. So yeah, they've been
Yeah, I mean,
around.
that's why I was a sideways, because I'm always worried that these things are going to be Ponzi schemes. Maybe how are these economies going to hold up? Not necessarily Ponzi schemes, but some of these things do collapse when the wheels fall off and people stop caring about it so much.
Well, there's only so long you can give free tokens out, right? It comes from the end. So
until they become worthless. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to move us on to the next topic I want to talk about, which is the new RENGA NFT collection, which also appeared in our top 10. This is a new collection that essentially tells stories with NFTs. And what you do is you collect NFTs. You can add the ones that you get together, and you can then create your own story out of them. Are we thumbs up or thumbs down on this?
I'm still a bit confused, so I can't. I don't know.
I'm actually thumbs up. I'm gonna say thumbs up.
Giving it half.
Yeah. So what it is that this collection from a guy called Dirty Robot, who's quite a famous artist in the space. And I think the idea, there's 0.9 ETH floor price, these NFTs. So, over $1,000 each the idea is you collect a few of them, and then you can line them up in a row, and then you can sort of add the storyline to it based on your own imagination and what your wildest imagination to build out the wonder that is the Rengar universe.
We're killing it ourselves here, aren't we? I think
so.
The marketing.
Rob, why are you a sideways thumb?
And this is number 2 in the rankings, by the way. So this is the second.
Yeah, this is very popular at the moment.
Yes, and I love the way they look. But come on, telling stories, like buying multiples, you can tell a story how a character's face changes because it's a ninja going through the night, and then he has redemption and becomes a monk. Like, what the actual F? It makes no sense. Like, why should I make the story? If this would become part of a bigger universe where you can act out the story in video game metaverse form, I'd say okay, awesome. But this is like wrapping paper around the present and then selling it. Like, look what a nice wrapping paper I've got. It's just stupid.
Yeah, can I just jump in here?
Of course.
I was just going to say also that if you really are into storytelling and story making, and you want to do your own stories,
you make your own story. You're not going to buy $4,000 NFTs.
Just go onto OpenSea and then just literally clip the pictures yourself, put them onto a Word document.
Are you part of the right-click save movement?
Well, in this specific case, I think I am. Yeah. And then you can base your stories on all of your favorites.
They're just a bit confusing, aren't they? I think maybe the message to give to the developers we're a bit confused as to what these are and why the language. It's all very fluffy.
I was saying to you earlier, and I think this is a case of the NFT space and Web3 in general as we all know, is on a bit of a lull at the moment. It's on a downturn. Things aren't flying off the shelves like they were, last November. So people have thought, right, what can we do that's interesting, creative, something that's going to give people different stuff to just a PFP. So I guess that's the thinking behind it. But I mean, I'm personally not sold on the tell your own stories, man, because you do that yourself if you want.
Yeah, I can tell you a story. You give me 0 point. You send me some ETH, I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
Tell me what you hear about.
All right. So I think we're slightly down, but I will say cool artwork.
Artwork is cool. Storytelling.
Right, next one. This is the final one for you, and this is a very up-to-date story, and it's something I've been writing about today. Actually, it's really interesting that Magic Eden is now trading Ethereum NFTs, so you can buy NFTs from the Ethereum blockchain on Magic Eden. They've already got Pudgy Penguins, Bored Ape, other side land. They'll be adding more soon, I'm sure. I'm thumbs up on this.
Thumbs up. They're gonna bury
it. Big thumbs up. Like, I love personally, I love it when a new blockchain launches and they have their own, like, the blockchain gets its own like preferred marketplace. Like Solana has Magic Eden, Ethereum has OpenSea, Tezos has what is it called nowadays? Object. But like, I also like to see change embracing other chains, and Magic Eden broadening their market to Ethereum only makes sense.
Yeah, and it's really cool the cross-chain aggregation they've got, where you can buy maybe something from Solana, something from Ethereum, and you can buy them all on the same transaction. Because their UI is really cool. They've got a really good user experience. I think they came out 4 years after OpenSea. Were you saying that people are calling it Broken Sea these days, Ian?
Yeah, I was just doing some research. I think it was 2 days ago, and a lot of people were like hashtagging Broken Sea, and I saw that pop up a few times, and it kind of makes sense, right? The UX of Magic Eden is tight compared to OpenSea.
Yeah, and that's what you get when it's built 4 years later, and they've learned from other people's
That's it,
mistakes, maybe. So it is, yeah. Well,
yeah, it's not
you
their
made
fault.
a prediction. You made a prediction a few months ago, Ian, that OpenSea is on the decline, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm very happy with this, because this goes in the direction that I said. I think I said OpenSea will be buried, and that means won't be number one by the end of the year, and it's on track from the looks. But also on top of this, funnily, OpenSea, Magic Eden announced this, and then OpenSea said, "Oh, we're tracking Arboretum NFTs today." So shots were fired in two directions here, like layer 2 Arboretum NFTs being tracked by OpenSea now. Kind of cool.
I have to say, from OpenSea, like, if I were them, I would integrate Immutable. But
yes,
it should be quite easy as well with the fact that it's just an Ethereum.
both Arbitrum and Immutable are Ethereum layer 2, so both make sense. But like, I would first go for Immutable because of the whole gaming thing that they have going on. But yeah, I mean,
maybe Immutable wants to nurture their own marketplace like VV and other places, keep it in-house a little bit.
Yeah, but the way Immutable works is they have one like blockchain-wide order book. So if you sell your NFT on Immutable marketplace, it will also show up on Token Trove and any other marketplace. So there's no real
benefit to them staying on one marketplace.
Yeah,
that's a good point, actually. Interesting, though, to see what's going on in NFT world, right? Expansion.
Yeah, so time of transition, I think. But speaking of transitions and moving on, and speaking of gaming as well,
smooth.
Rob, I want you to take us through your latest bit of gaming alpha that I know the fans have come to love. So if you're a gamer out there, this is for you.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So this week's gaming alpha is all about things you can play right now. You can jump in right now for various reasons. Starting with Hashrush. Hashrush is a strategy game. It's done by it's run on the Near blockchain actually, and it's now an open beta. There's no NFT lock anymore. You don't need to have anything. You can just download the game and start playing. And if you're into RTS games, then this is really the game to check out. It looks really sophisticated. They added a lot over the past couple of months this calendar year. They changed a lot, and it looks really, really cool. Like if you are into let's say StarCraft, Command & Conquer, and those types of games.
It looks a bit like Civilization.
No, man, Civ is turn-based. This is real time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
it's a mix between Civ and Crazy Defense Heroes, but
no, I think like the comparison of Crazy Defense Heroes is on some occasions justified, but it's more it's really base building and controlling your armies. So that's Hashrush. Second one is Life Beyond. They have an open alpha right now, and Life Beyond is an MMO RPG. Right now, not completely MMO. It's running in instances instead of a full open world. But it looks sick. It looks really, really cool. And the studio is called Darewise. They are working on it. You can just download the game, start playing, and by completing quests, you earn points. And with those points, you can earn raffle tickets that will get you a part of a 1 million DOL. It's called, is that token. So 1 million DOL prize pool. So it's like, honestly, check out the graphics. It looks amazing. Third person, very sophisticated graphics, cool gameplay, team-based stuff. Check it out. Get some friends in and start playing together.
Just before we move on to the next one, is this real live game footage? Is this what it will look like?
This is yes,
right?
Yes.
Okay. So
When you this is absolutely what the game looks like.
Oh, nice. I like
Yeah.
this. So you can get involved in this one today, yeah?
Yes, and it's actually like you need to be a bit fast because the open alpha will supposedly end early October, late September. So within the next 10 days ish, you can expect the open alpha to end.
Nice.
So
Nice.
the next one, the next one is one we've been talking about a lot actually. The Sandbox, awesome user-generated content game. Like you have all kinds of experiences to discover with, as you can see, the Smurfs, the Care Bears, Steve Aoki, and all kinds of other characters. What's now happening is that people who own Snoop Doggies, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Clonex, Steve Aoki avatars, World of Women Galaxy, or people of crypto NFTs, they will get 1 week exclusive access to certain experiences. Complete some quests in those experiences, and you will earn extra cent. You get to earn extra money. So that's a pretty cool giveaway. It's literally a giveaway. I mean, ultimately, this is again an alpha test. The Sandbox is testing their mechanics and collecting feedback. And this is their way of rewarding participants for their efforts. And if you're an NFT owner of those collections, you earn a little bit more. So pretty cool.
Rob, just to put you on the spot quickly, Rob, out of all the NFTs that you can access this game with, which one's the most affordable? Is it the doggies? Are they the...
Good question.
No.
I wouldn't say to anyone, go out and buy a Bored Ape.
No, the people of crypto. It's an NFT collection made by the Sandbox itself. And that particular NFT right now has a 0.088 floor price. So let's say 0.09. So it's like, what is it, 130 euros or $130, something like that. Yeah. And if you get that one, it's quite interesting. There's a 200,000 cent price pool, and there are only like 9,000 NFTs. So you're looking at, if everybody joins, and all those NFTs sell out, you're looking at 23 cents per avatar, but most likely not all of them will sell out. So you share potentially quite a big pool. So that's honestly, that could be a very interesting move if you're looking for a financial benefit. And something else quickly before I jump to the next one. Tomorrow we have an AMA with Atari X to be precise, about their presence in the Sandbox. So and during that AMA we will give away an alpha pass for the Sandbox. An alpha pass allows you to earn extra cent tokens during the alpha test.
Get to the AMA tomorrow then.
Yeah, so join us tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. CET, and take your chance on winning an alpha pass.
Woo!
Nice. Whoop whoop. Talking about whoop whoop, we're going to Blankus.
Yes.
Ooh,
yes.
Exciting this game.
Yes. So we're approaching the ending of season 0. Just less than 2 more weeks, and then season 0 is over. And the Sandbox will launch season 1. These last few days, they are filled with all kinds of promotion campaigns to get some exclusive avatars. They have some Atari avatars right now that are going for sale and are now hitting the market. There's some really cool stuff coming in season 1. New characters, new features, etc. But what's interesting here is that Blankus is a play-to-earn game. Like, you play, fulfill quests, you can earn the in-game currency moolah, you can earn NFTs, and again, like, those NFTs are bound to seasons. So what you earn in this season 0, that still lasts 10 more days, will forever be the only moment you can find it. So jump in now, get that last exclusive bit of NFT that you can find, and join the festivities when season 1 starts.
Nice. I think I'm going to play that one.
It's cool. Yeah, it's quite heavy on your PC though. It's right now it's a PC. Right now it's a PC only game, but it supposedly will come to consoles as well down the line.
Okay.
So keep your eyes open for that one.
Saying that for a while, right? Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay, and the last one The last one is for all the Fortnite lovers out there. It's not Fortnite. It's Mini Royale Nations. It's a browser-based battle royale game. And Season 3 Hyperdrive is now out. Now Hyperdrive comes with a new battle pass, new premium characters, new quests, and probably the biggest addition is the new Clan Wars mode. So fighting in clans, you can earn points with your clan, which allow you to buy a nuke and nuke the entire map if you want. So pretty cool stuff. And they're going to add, or they have added, a Fusion Lab, which allows you to combine low-level NFTs and make it into a more rare one. So it's pretty cool stuff. Mini Royale Nations, you can find it in your browser. No need to download anything. Just go to the website, start playing. And it runs on Solana, by the way, if you're interested in that.
Cool, nice. Yeah, and this is also as Rob said, these things are all sort of ready to play now, and now is the best time to get into blockchain gaming, because here at DappRadar we just assume that it's going to be, or we know it's going to be the next big thing in the whole of the Web3 world. So if you want to get involved, now is the time. Right. After that public service announcement.
Pretty cool though. There's some really good games in there. It's nice to see some.
Yeah, do you know what? Finally, they're getting games that look like games that people want to play, and not just. I know I don't want to be harsh on some blockchain games, but some of them are pretty basic.
I mean, like if you're used to playing Fortnite, FIFA, Call of Duty, and you jump into blockchain gaming, you tend to be disappointed. And it's not being harsh. It's just reality. Like most of the current blockchain games don't even come close to what you're used to playing on your Nintendo, PlayStation, or whatsoever. No. They're mobile games at best. And now we're finally seeing, like after 2-3 years of development, we're finally seeing games coming to fruition on blockchain technology. And I mean, game development takes a long time. Like a high quality game takes
a lot of money as well.
Yeah, and lots of money, but takes 4 years at least to make a high quality game. And
that's Blankus. Like we've been talking about this for years, really, haven't we? Like Blankus has been building for about 4 or 5 years, I think.
Yeah, and Blankus has been very public about what they're doing. At the same time, there are like dozens of other companies building stuff in the shadows.
Yeah,
and they're now slowly starting to show what they're doing with their alpha tests. The Sandbox has been public as well, but like Life Beyond. I mean, what they have right now didn't come into existence like that. They've been building for 2 years at least. So it just shows that blockchain gaming, we're on the verge here of a big wave of high quality products.
It's a future
reaching the market.
A future we can all look forward to, and there's something else in the future that I think we can all look forward to, which is layer 2 supremacy, which I think you've been talking about for a while. This idea that since now that we've had the merge, the Ethereum merge, people are sort of thinking, we worked towards that. That was the big bit of news. But now that that's happened, what is the world going to look? What's it going to look like? Because we know that Ethereum costs, although I've seen some cheap gas fees recently, Ethereum costs apparently won't be going down. No. Ethereum transaction amounts and speed should be going up, but not enough to service the whole world. So how can Ethereum still survive, even though it's not actually massively changed? It's just gone down in terms of energy intensiveness. So the idea behind this is that there's going to be these things called layer 2 blockchains, which we already have, but now they're going to be sort of coming to the fore as people building on top of those, which are then built on top of Ethereum. Is it worth maybe going into what layer 2s are, how they work? Let me
just to explain what people mean, I guess, when they say layer 2 is it's like a collective term used to describe a set of Ethereum scaling solutions. So it's like a layer 2 is a separate blockchain that extends Ethereum, and it keeps its security and the guarantees of Ethereum, but it's doing computational work elsewhere. Made it complicated. It's doing its work elsewhere, so it speeds things up, basically. So Yeah, the reason we wanted to talk about it, Charlie, is because of, like you're saying, like it's quite exciting that Ethereum has now scaled up to like 100,000 transactions a second. That's what they're saying. It used to be like 30, I think was the number. So now the number's 100,000. But when I hear that, I'm like not so excited about Ethereum. I'm more excited about these layer 2s that can now probably scale to 1 million or even more. But most interesting is that for me is this whole like competition with payments. Like that's what blockchain and crypto was meant to replace. It was meant to replace traditional payment rails. And I think it's an interesting conversation. And that Visa is 65,000 transactions a second and Ethereum could not compete. Now, post-merge, it can compete. So what are we going to see? What kind of solutions are we going to see come out of the back end of this now? And I know we've been talking about we're on the verge of this big change for years, but feels like we're on it for real. And some really interesting things could happen now because of this. And that image we showed earlier, just throw that up again. We've got the this is like, hang on, layer 2 transactions. There we go. So this is basically looking at layer 2, like who's winning basically. And you see Arbitrum, Optimism, Immutable there that we've spoken about, ZK Sync, Loopring. So it's kind of interesting to see what's going on and what their TVL is and what they're trying to do. And then in another, I've got another image here, just quickly throw up as well. This is comparing it with Ethereum. So these are Ethereum mainnet transactions. Now I feel that eventually we're going to see a tipping point on this graph, probably not for a while, where blue is going to intersect with red and red is going to overtake. And it does look like it's, we're kind of getting there, like it's on its way. So yeah, quite interesting. But yeah, there's real like possibilities with NFTs as well on layer 2. You can talk about DeFi. Optimism seems to be making a home for themselves in DeFi on layer 2. And honestly, it just makes sense, right? Like who wants to pay $2 for a transaction? I don't. I want to pay under a cent.
Buying something for $1 or for $2.
Yeah, too much.
If you're sending $1 million, then $2 doesn't seem like a lot, does it?
Fine.
But how often have you sent $1 million?
Yeah. Oh, only 5 times. Only 5 times.
to each other, right? But this is the point. It's like crypto should be used. I saw an article the other day, like businesses should stop using PayPal and get into crypto. That's what I also believe, that like worldwide global payment system can be fixed. Like, for example, all payment systems that we use today were invented before the internet. Like that as a point is pretty strong. We're really far behind. So for me, this is more interesting from that perspective. Like,
Ian, when you say fixed, what do you mean by fixed, and what does broken mean? Because is this an opinion on when if things are
for you? Apparently, he's outside. Go on,
do you
Charlie.
mean fixed by things being not having a central sort of authority that can stop and hold your money and stop you from moving money around? Is that the idea when you say fixed? Do you you don't want there to be a middleman? Is that what you mean?
No, I don't. There will always be a middleman. Humans are too stupid to not have middlemen. Let's be real. We need middlemen. We need businesses that sit in the middle. What I mean is that, for example, if you're a retailer and you're using Visa, every $1,000 you're making, you're losing 30 of it in transactional costs. Doesn't sound like much. Add it up for big companies, it's a lot. When you start to do P2P transactions on crypto, for example, Robert walks into my shop, he wants to buy a loaf of bread and a drink, he sends me USDC. That's a direct transaction between us two. The fee is minimal because it's a stable coin fee. And that for me is where I want to see things going. Like I'm bored of having to take my crypto and put it into fiat and funnel it around 6 different places. I want to see this like true use of crypto in the real world. And I think with these transactional speeds, businesses are going to start taking crypto far more seriously. And like we may get away from Visa finally. That
so it's the low cost that you want to get rid of, really, or the cost at all.
The cost of doing business with Visa is not cheap, but they've monopolized the hell out of it. You don't have a choice. If you want to make money in your shop, you have to take cards. You're being strong-armed into paying their fees. There are other options. And now, finally, we can compete. Because if Ethereum couldn't go head-to-head with Visa with 30 transactions a second, right? It's just crap.
And the problem is that so many things are built on Ethereum that now Ethereum has to keep going, because it's like that idea of too big to fail. It's if Ethereum fell over tomorrow, then half of the world that we work in would just fall apart, because most things are built, if not on Ethereum, then on layers that are built on Ethereum, i.e. layer 2s.
Yeah, for sure. It's I don't know, like I guess there's different applications here, right? We're talking about layer 2 because it's interesting for scalability, but it also raises the question of like what happens with Ethereum right now. Like, will we see lots of dapps launching on Ethereum? My view is no. We will see them on Optimism. We'll see them on.
I think we'll see dapps leaving Ethereum.
I think they'll stay there, but they'll just launch elsewhere. Do you know what I mean?
I was writing yesterday about Animoca Brands. They've been moving or have moved a lot of their games from Ethereum to Polygon, which is, they're kind of on Ethereum, but they're not, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But for Ethereum, like the only thing that makes sense is when you move big amounts of money, right? So everything that normal consumers do, whether we're talking about gaming or paying for a Spotify subscription or for anything else, you don't want to pay that $1 or $2, $3 transaction fees. No. So Ethereum as a utility chain, not so much. As a store of value or as a value proposition, as a value foundation, very strong.
Yeah.
So because all those layer 2s are on it, like the foundation only gets more solidified. But it could very well be that like in the far future, there are only 10 transactions per month on Ethereum.
Yeah.
And now making up a number that's ridiculously low, but because it's expensive and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, because we're all using layer 2s, everything goes to the layer 2s. And what I find interesting about layer 2s, especially the ones that have like finality on Ethereum, is like they combine. So that, let's say they combine an hour of transactions and put the result of that to Ethereum to secure it and to finalize it.
Yeah.
And that's when Ethereum gets its value, because it's a foundation layer, and that's at some point foundation layer will be abandoned for everyday use cases. Yeah.
That feels like where we're headed, right? Like that's a perfect statement, actually. I think, and just thinking about the future, like what are we seeing? What trends do we see? We see NFTs are not going away. I think making your customer pay a minting fee and a gas fee for an Ethereum NFT is, arguably a little bit cheeky. Like, why not? Why can't customers mint NFTs on layer 2 for a fraction of a cent and be entitled to the same thing? Like, why do we? Ethereum for me it's not going anywhere. It's not going to die or anything. It's just not going to be.
What Rob just said is the way it's going to be. People won't do stuff directly on there, but it will sit there as the foundational layer. Which kind of leads me on to my question of, is ETH still a solid investment? Because
I don't know.
Yeah, no, like we have to. There's this story, right, about I forgot which companies it are, but there are a couple of companies, mainly in the US, that hold quite an amount of nodes in the Ethereum POS chain.
Yeah.
Now, US jurisdiction said, "Oh, look, these companies are US based, so that means we have jurisdiction over the Ethereum blockchain." Whether that's bullshit or not, I will leave in the middle. Bullshit, but
it is.
Like it's an interesting thing. But it also means that anybody with 32 ETH in their bank account or in their wallet can start a node. Like that doesn't change. Like you can always participate in the ecosystem to grow decentralization. And the stronger that foundation becomes, the more important Ethereum becomes for the world. Then countries will want to run a node. Banks will want to run a node. Actually, banks will probably have to run a node because it's so fundamental for their business to have it. So I still think ETH is a solid investment. Yeah.
So it's not going to be used for transactional payments now. It's going to be more used for literally holding power.
Pretty much,
which is where it's money.
That's an interesting take, and possibly, yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah,
eat is power.
yeah, I didn't think of it like that. But removing it from supply and putting it in staking is actually, again, deflationary mechanisms to try to increase the value of Ethereum. I think it's there, right? And it's not going anywhere soon. So yeah, it's still a good investment. Is it? And like is it what it was like 6 years ago? 100x? No.
No, but yeah, those days are sort of over for a lot of things, aren't they?
But speaking of 100x, there's the sorry, Rob, go on.
No, like is it over? Yeah, I mean, I remember like seeing stories of people saying, "Oh my God, Bitcoin reached $10. Why did I sell at 8 cents?"
Exactly right.
It's never going to reach that high again. Yeah. This is blockchain, man. You can't say never.
No,
you can't say never.
No,
yeah, who knows how much Matic might be worth in like 5 years when Polygon becomes the #1 layer 2.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
We don't know. Nobody knows. But all the data would point to Ethereum being massively important for the forthcoming decades to come. Like it's not going anywhere, that's for sure. But yeah,
it seems to be that way. Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it on that note there because we've discussed Ethereum and whether it will become the most powerful cryptocurrency in the world. I think there's definitely a future there for it. I think that maybe
Eat power is something like this.
Like that, right? It will be really interesting to see for sure. Like I think it's interesting right now with what's going on, and there's like a calm here before the storm, maybe. But yeah, and don't forget about ETH POW. Some trading activity going on there. We were speaking about 50x. There's a lot of stuff happening there for people who are just looking for money. Go check it out. There are some things that are mooning. Say no more.
Yeah. No comment.
Right. Remember, everyone, that you can read all of the things we've discussed here and more on the DappRadar blog. Go to DappRadar rankings page to find all the latest and most exciting dapps are coming onto the market, or things that are just sort of blown up in the last week out of nowhere. We also have loads of AMAs and interviews over on our YouTube channel. And remember, you can find us on Spotify and also coming to Apple soon. So we'll say goodbye for this week and thank you very much for having us.